Hello, I'm Denise, and I have your readings all ready, but I wanted to give you a heads up and let you know that you may want to check out the other readings that would cover your moon and your ascendant, as well as your sun. That way you have a bigger perspective over the opportunities coming your way for the month. Okay, let's get started. Okay, this reading is devoted to Aquarius, of course, and it's going to cover March 29th through April 4th. So the way I have designed this spread here is to designate the center card as the theme for the week, and the first two cards can relate to Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then the last two, of course, would be like Thursday, Friday, Saturday. But oftentimes I'll get a message that will relate to, the entire week. Sometimes in summary I'll get that, or quite often. And also I'm using the Light Seers Tarot by Chris Ann. Let's see if I can get everything in frame here. Yeah, wait. There you go. And I'll be using this deck for the entire month. Okay, so for this week, this is a really good card actually to relate to creating whatever it is that you want in your life. It has to do with self-confidence and knowing that you can literally bring it down, down to earth. It's kind of like, I look at it as like Shazam, as above, so below. And it's a comforting card that comes in, especially when you've been working really hard, to know that you can not only create anything that you focus on, within reason, of course. I mean, we can't make pigs fly, but at least not yet. Oh, that's a scary thought. Anyway, back to this card. It's to know that you are on a plane of reality where you can imagine yourself as having a bit of a throne or a vehicle that will carry you forward to bring you through to having the experiences that you want in life. To know that you have the comfort. See the little kitty here, keeping her feet warm. And this doesn't relate to just I don't believe that any of the queens, kings, knights, or pages, I don't believe that they relate to a specific gender, unless you assign them that way and say, only when queens come up, it's going to be about a woman. But I don't read that way, but you certainly can. The way I read it is that it's the energy and consciousness. And the queens always relate to more of a nurturing, receptive type of experience. So I believe this card is specifically saying that you can receive all the energy that you need to bring in what it is that you want to create in life. And that is especially supported with the King of Pentacles here. But let's go to earlier in the week. So I am thinking that either you worked really hard last week or last month, or there's been a lot of overwhelm, or just hard work, especially with these other cards here. I think it had to do with hard work, and that what's needing to happen, and especially if this relates to Sunday, is that you rest. This is the card that has to do with meditation, recuperation, going within and just being really, really gentle with yourself. Maybe your home feels like a sanctuary over the weekend. And maybe this plays into Monday. Maybe it's a rest day for you on Monday. Or it could be that it kind of pushes through the rest of the week to remind you to take really good care of yourself. So that's very important. And the following, that card, we have the Knight of Pentacles, which has to do with just kind of plodding along. He's not even on his horse trying to charge anywhere, right? Like it's not fast moving energy, and I love that about the Pentacles. That's the element that honors the body. It's the element that honors the material realm that we're living in. And so I don't know if you can see that there's some light coming through here through all of these kind of like shields. And the pentacles, of course, relates to money, any material resources, anything that honors the physical body, anything and everything that has to do with nature and earth. And so I just see this as like resting up over the weekend, resting up, making sure you're really rested for the week, and then not moving too quickly. Just focus on what it is that you want and move in that direction, and just keep plodding along. And know that you've got the power. The horse represents power. You've got the power to do it for the long haul, and that's what you want to focus on, is the long haul. And as you do that, you'll get more and more in touch with that place where, yeah, I can do it. I can create anything I want, again, within reason. And then throughout the rest of the week, it's about the determination to get you there. I mean, it looks like she's either come up and over a mountain and she's down at the bottom and she just has to keep going. It's been a long haul. She's had a lot to carry. There's a burden, a bit of a burden. So sometimes it relates to letting go of some baggage on any level, whether it's emotional or mental. But I don't see, because we don't have cups cards here, I don't see that it has to do with an emotional level. It's more of resting up and letting go, and and opening to the new, to life to flow through you and regenerate whatever needs to heal within. But also to just keep on keeping on, and persevere, but delegate wherever you can along the way. That which means ask for help, but don't give up. This is definitely the card of not giving up. And then finishing out the week, if you have done this effectively, if you've not given up and you've delegated, you've let go of what you don't need. Absolutely, this card is about letting go of don't carry anybody else's burdens. Just be responsible for yourself and your own life. And then from there you can open up to, expanding into what is it that I want next. What's next on the horizon. I'm solid here with what I have. I know that I can create something, anything new as I go, and I have all the tools. I just have to get the rest, right? You just have to always get the rest so that you can keep moving forward, and being willing to let go of the burdens. And sometimes the burdens are just of the mind, of the belief system, right? Like the thoughts of I have to be a certain way, or I have to do a certain thing. And if you can just open up to exploring all possibilities. I mean, the world is here, so this can sometimes be about traveling the world, but it can also be about, especially with the times that we're in right now, that is of course temporary, but may last over the next year and a half. We may not be able to travel wherever we want. We may be not able to just pack up and go, which these two cards together could relate to. And it can be freeing up the burden that the load on the planet. This very well has to do with earth energy, and the earth may need a break. So that may relate to the wisdom of knowing that air travel, of course. I mean, when those planes are in the air, they are sucking up, they're sucking up an unbelievable amount of energy, and it has hurt, our atmosphere, of course. It has contributed to global warming on a huge level. So just knowing that, it could be a little bit about doing your part to kind of have inner journeys and not so much going outward into the world. It could be seeing the world with a whole new, under a whole new lens of what does the earth need at this point, But it can also be about your new adventures in a whole new way. And if you can let go of the past, you can create a completely new reality. So that's a really, really good week, I think. Okay, I'll be right back with week 2. Okay, this spread will cover April 5th through the 11th. And the theme for the week is the energy and consciousness of the Queen of Pentacles. Now, doesn't matter which gender or however you identify, this is just the energy and consciousness of being deeply in touch with your power to create, knowing that you can receive anything that the universe has to offer, and that everything can be yours. Everything of the world can be yours, as long as you open to it, as long as you can plant the seeds to create it and work hard for it. And it's beautiful in the realm of, like the self-made woman, self-made man, self-made entity that you can be, and that we do create our own reality. We do bring in to our lives everything that we are from the inside. It's it's always an inner job. All of life is an inner job. All of life will mirror back to us who we are and what we believe from the outside. Now, it's not perfect, of course, and whenever life doesn't mirror back to us, the way we would like it to be, it's an opportunity to not take things so personally. Now, I'm saying that because we have the moon card here that is either finishing up the weekend or starting the week, or both. And the moon has to do with the illusions that we can get in, the false beliefs that can lie within our subconscious and our unconscious, and that they've been within us through each lifetime, and we're still trying to work out all the aspects. Now, notice the wolves here. And it's, of course, it's a nighttime card, so it can be about dreams that come in to help you heal. But because that's what dreams are always doing, they're always trying to make us aware. But with the wolves, it's like, I always ask, okay, which wolf are you going to feed? Are you going to feed the wolf of fear? Are you going to worry and be stuck? Or are you going to go towards the light and follow, create your own path and follow your own inner law that's within? But, deep within, we all have to work through whatever we fear. Working through fear will help you get in touch with what you hate as well, and that can bring you into more love. Fear is on top of hate. If there's hate inside, if you have any self-hatred, self-loathing, hatred for others, if there are any prejudices or anything that all humans have something that we need to work on. But to the degree that we have those hatreds within, there will be fear on top of it, and that's because it's the fear of being discovered as being hateful or hating something. So it's a beautiful thing when fears come up. Then it can always be an opportunity to look within and see why that fear is there. Like, what possibly happened in a past lifetime that you're working on. What possibly could be underneath it all that can help you heal the hatred and can help you come into a deeper level of self-love, which will, of course, relate to others. So we can't really love others unless we love ourselves. And to the degree that we can love ourselves, we can also love others. So having the Queen of Swords follow the opportunity to drop into our there's also the wise unconscious as well. And if we can let the wise unconscious lead the way, it will always encourage us to heal the fears that I was talking about. So when the Queen of Swords follows the moon, this tells me that there's a place where you already are very, very clear. And it might be that dream time gives you a message, of a way to move forward, especially, I mean, we have two queens here, right? So with the Queen of Swords, that energy is about clarity. It's about the fact that she's been through all the emotions that maybe had been locked up before, and she's in a clear place. The only warning with this card, if there is such a thing as a warning, would be to just not cut off your heart, and to be careful with your words so that other people don't misunderstand, that you're it's like, don't be brutally honest, right? I mean, being honest, loving confrontation is the way to go if there needs to be any confrontation. But, being like critical and saying, oh, I was just being honest, yeah, that there can be some truth in that, and always telling the truth is also the way to go. But how we find the right words to convey what we're trying to say, rather than coming from a harsher place. And when that happens, you're in clarity, and you can see further, because you're not caught up in the past anymore, where you're not caught up in the emotions that can tie you down and keep you stuck, right? There's a place where you can see the horizon, you can see the future, and that's because you're able to let go of the past. So that's a really wonderful way to go. In the traditional Rider-Waite deck, which most of the tarot decks are is a new rendition. It usually comes from the old Rider-Waite, and she has definitely followed it here. Except for, I can't find a butterfly anywhere. And in the traditional Rider-Waite, the Queen of Swords has butterflies all on her throne, and I believe she has one on her crown as well. And in some decks, there are literally butterflies flying around all over, and I truly appreciate when I see that. So butterflies are about transformation. So the Queen of Swords, to get to the clear, honest place where she can literally see the future and know which direction to go, has gone through all the murky illusion and self-delusions, and then from that place she's clear, and of course it doesn't happen all at once, and it's not a linear process. It's always a circling into the unconscious, deciding, am I going to feed my fear? Oh, I need to identify it, but don't ever identify with it, because whatever shadows come up within, it's not who you really are. It's just some inverted soul substance that got lost. It's some inverted life force that needs to be free, and it is not who you are. So you want to always just identify it, but not identify with it. That's the key, and that's the key that will keep you in the free place, so that you can keep moving forward from your clarity. So the clarity to know that you can create anything that you want within reason on the earth, and then that will free you up to actually experience it. The Four of Wands, towards the end of the week, these two cards together tell me that you may get into a place where you're so happy and free, and there's some celebration, that you might go, oh wait, did I forget something? The Seven of Swords can be oftentimes about rushing ahead and forgetting something, leaving something behind. But on another level, it can be, on the worst level, like if I were going to read this in the worst case scenario, it would be you had a party and somebody stole something. That's the worst that could happen. Or you had a party and then somebody talked about you behind your back. Those are things in life we can deal with. But on a level coming from spiritual growth, I would say the best way to work with the energy and consciousness here is to celebrate all that you are, even the shadows, even the unconscious, subconscious, unknowns within, even the delusions. And again, like I said, don't ever identify with it, but just identify it, clear it out, know that you can create whatever it is that you want, and then celebrate that. And of course, for a little bit, we're kind of all in a bit of a, social distancing lockdown. So this may not be an actual party that you throw, but it can definitely be a celebration within your family or with your loved ones. And just to honor all the fun that you can have together, and that you're so happy you're here with them and that they're in your life. And then from there, just trust your intuition to lead you. Always trust your intuition to lead you. And then that will help you get to the place where you can understand, is there something else that I need to look at? Do I need to dive back here in order to get to the clear place? Is there something I left behind? If you were to look at this like on a shamanic level, this could be some soul retrieval work. Like you go back and find a piece of yourself that you had lost, and then you're in the clear place, and you're grounding it with every breath. You're bringing it into your body. You're bringing the you that was always there has opened up to a new level of reality, and you're literally spiritualizing matter with every breath. So, you can go within, bring yourself in more fully into the situation of life, and celebrate yourself and continue on and keep going, right? Like this can be a process that always unfolds until you're, completely clear. Okay, so I'll be right back with week 3. Okay, this spread will cover April 12th through the 18th. And our theme for the week is the Empress. Now, this card has to do with knowing that you can create anything that you'd like, anything that you can receive. Of course, this is within reason. Like I always say, we can't make pigs fly. But anything within reason on the earth, we have the universe inside of us. That energy, we are connected with the entire universe, and it's not only just like, here in this rendition of the artwork, it's not only just in the belly, it's within every cell in our body. Every single cell in our body holds the same energy that is that's comprised of the forces of love and the divine intelligence of which the universe is created. I mean, when you just stop to think about the fact that we're on the earth and we're traveling through time and space, we're spinning at 67,000 miles an hour. And I don't even remember how fast the rest of the galaxy is moving through, and it goes, more this way. We tend to want to see things from the inside out, but it's actually that our solar system is moving. The planets are rotating around the sun, but the whole thing, the whole planetary system is going, and I don't know if I'm expressing this correctly, but the movement is going forward together. Like all the planets go together and they move forward, or this way, depending on which way you want to look at it. But it's like, imagine that all the planets are circling the sun and it's all in movement together, and we don't fall off. We don't fall off the earth. Because gravity, we're held to the earth, and we don't go flying off into outer space. So you can trust that same divine intelligence is inside every cell in your body. You are comprised of that stardust. And we can create with our intentions, our hard work, our opening up in our visions, we can create anything that we want. So that's the energy to hold on to for this week and ever, actually. Always hold on to that, knowing that you can create and give birth to anything in your life that you want. And at the beginning of the week, we have the King of Wands, which is about go for it. It's the energy of go for it. You can completely, he's got a salamander here, which is all about renewal. So you can completely renew in any area of your life that you need to, and you can keep carrying the torch and moving forward, going wherever it is that you want. As long as you can tap into your courage to let go of the fear, if there's any fear that comes up, but to just continue going for what you want. And the only warning, if there ever is a warning with this card, is to just be careful if, now this could be like someone that comes into your life as well in the beginning of the week. It can have the energy of, or the quality of, a little bit of arrogance. So just to let go of any, like, pride around that, or let go of any unhealthy pride. And if situations come up where you kind of get triggered in wanting to be kind of on top of the situation, or be the one that knows it all, or the one that is in charge, just let go of that. Just you just go on your own merry way and go for what you want, and keep focusing on all the luxury and joy and material resources and happiness that you have in your life. Focus on that. The falcon's up here to remind us to focus on all that we have in our life and enjoy all that we have in our life. Because when we do that, more of that will grow. Wherever we put our attention to, and focus, intentions. When we have an intention, energy and consciousness wraps around the intention and will help it to grow. As long as you keep the focus, you have to have your own focus in there. You can't just throw it out and then expect it to come back miraculously. But sometimes it does. Sometimes, especially with little things, like the early days of becoming self-aware of how easy it is to actually manifest. You can pray for the parking spot. You can visualize as you're driving, to where you're going. You imagine having the perfect parking spot. That was fun years ago. Now I kind of just don't worry about it, but because walking's always good. But anyway, having your courage to move forward and go for what you want to create, and also carrying that energy into focusing on all that you already have, and all the luxury, the wealth of abundance that you already have, and knowing that you can create it and create more and more and more. Whatever you want to give birth to, you certainly can. And then towards the end of the week, there's just a little challenge to heal some deprivation consciousness, some old false beliefs that say, I can't have everything, or I've never had everything, so why would I think I can have it now? It's not true. This is just a false belief. And to not take anything personally. The way to grab that key and unlock that door to get you everything you want, all right, is to have the experience of everything that you want, is to look within for your abundance, of course, and know that you cannot create abundance from lack. So if you're going to stay in this place where woe is me, I don't have anything, and if you don't open up to other people, a lot of the meaning to this card has to do with asking for help. And because of the knowing that you have the keys to open any doors, that's the key message to take, is just to know that you're the one. It has to be you. No one can do it for you. You can receive to the extent that you can open up to receive. And that's definitely the next card. The Six of Pentacles is all about giving and receiving. So if we're stuck in the place where we're not giving or receiving, and we don't feel worthy, or we're in our deprivation, it's just a challenge to our belief system that needs to clear out. So if you can do that, if you can rise up, take a deep breath, shake it off, let it go, grab the key and open the door, and ask for help. Ask for help, and if it's not, to another person, which it very well could and possibly should, although I hate using that word, but could be, because we're in the realm of Pentacles, so that we're talking physical. If you can physically ask for help, or reach out and give your help. That it could be that too. This could definitely speak to the possibility of, offering your service, offering your support, especially with all these, these powerful energies here. And if that's the case, just know that regardless whether it's you asking for help, or you jump in and you help someone else that you see needs help and that maybe doesn't know how to ask for it, then from that place, you'll be in so much love and happiness. This is the card of just complete and utter satisfaction, contentment, having more than enough, and feeling more than enough love. So what a wonderful way to end the week. There's just that one little thing there, but that may be that you help someone else. But if it does come up for you to where you get into that place of feeling like there's not enough, it's just a challenge. It is a false belief to open up to, because inside of you, you already have everything. Inside of you, now that doesn't mean to not open up to asking for help with others, but from others, but inside of you, within you, you already have it all, because you are all. Inside of you is the all. Okay, well, I'll be right back with week 4. Okay, this spread will cover the week of April 19th to the 25th. And the theme for the week is the Knight of Pentacles, indicating that it's about moving forward in the material realm, on the earthly plane. It's about breathing in more life force and bringing it down into your body and incarnating more of who you truly are. You know, it's all there inside of you, and it's meant to be released from the inside out. So you just keep plodding on, keep walking forward. It's a slow. It does not happen quickly, and nor would it. You know, it would not be a good experience to have it happen too quickly. So it's about the daily intention and motivation to just keep going, to just keep moving forward. And in the beginning of the week, we have a lot of energy to support that lifelong endeavor, where it's knowing that you can create anything you want in your life, and it's through joining forces with your inner light and all of the light that is in the universe surrounding us at all times, and all the wonderful little earth creatures. There's a kitty here, but it could be any pet that's, that nurtures you and helps you, remember the love that's within. And I always say, I love this card. I think she came up in one of your other weeks prior to, but I love it. It's like, as above, so below, Shazam, I can create it. And the happiness and the joy. I mean, look at her face. She's having so much fun, and because she's created before, and she's experiencing that, and she's stable. There's a place where she's stable with her abundance, stable with her resources. So this energy, and of course, I don't mean female. This could be male or female. It doesn't matter what gender. But it's going to, I believe, carry throughout the week. And of course, with the theme, it's about building upon it and continuing on, the path. But knowing that you can create maybe would help if there's any type of like holding on too tight to something. This is about not holding on, but being frugal in a smart way, just not to a fault. Don't be frugal to a fault. Still, have your open, generous, loving heart that can help other people, and then, but there's that stability, and to carry that through for the rest of the week, I see it as helping you more on your lesson. We're all here. This is Earth School, and we're all here to learn the lesson that we are our own authority. We tend to. With the mind, think that authority is outside of us, and that we need to get in alignment with the way things are and follow the rules. And I'm not saying, this doesn't mean to rebel against society, but it does mean to definitely find your authority within, which is what this person has done here. That's why he's laughing. He's laughing because he came to the awareness that it's within me. It's not up in the sky. It's not finding it in some hierarchy of, like, let's say, having a PhD, like, I mean, of course you would, anybody that goes to that extent and does all that work, it finds the resources within, and it's a wonderful accomplishment, and definitely you'd want to pat yourself on the back for that and keep going. But it's the energy, the consciousness and energy of this major arcana card goes beyond anything in the physical realm, because it is the lifelong lesson that you're already whole and complete within, and the task will always be to go within and to find your own inner authority, and in your own inner path, your own inner way. So, yeah, I think that's all I have to say about that for now. Except for that it can be about learning, and it can be about teaching and learning. This card also, relates to teachers, and it relates to anybody who holds a position of authority within a group. It has anything and everything to do with group consciousness. So, which is also, an Aquarian theme, a lifelong theme, is to be friends with many groups and to be a part of a group experience. Often is the life path for an Aquarian. Not always, but sometimes. And seeing the bigger picture, honoring the brotherhood and sisterhood of humanity. Seeing the bigger picture, seeing the future. So then on into the end of the week and the weekend, finishing up the week. We have the Moon card again. So again, it's an opportunity to see look for the illusions. And I'm going to relate it to the Hierophant here and speak again to the authority. So the illusion around authority issues would be to think that you're not your own authority and you have to get in alignment with all the rules and structures that are already in place, in society. And this could be a little bit of, I don't know if there's like healthy resistance rather than, or healthy persistence rather than like an unhealthy rebellion. But the healthy persistence would be to know, like, no, you don't have the rules for me. I have the rules for me. I'm the one that makes the decisions for my life. I'm the one that says yes or no to certain things in my life. I'm the one that decides the path that I want to walk. I'm the one that decides what I want to create, and I'm the one that decides what I let go of and what I hold on to. So there's so much about free will in this card, and to always honor that, and then again, just to stay out of the fear and the worry. Like, which wolf are you going to feed? You don't want to feed the darkness by staying in fear. Darkness works through the powers of distraction, temptation, manipulation, staying small, keeping yourself hidden, and not shining your light, not speaking up, staying small, basically. And when you know who you are, and you decide to shine that out in the world, yes, it's going to be a long climb. It's going to be a lot of work. It's going to be, one foot in front of the other sometimes, right? But every step along the way, you'll get there, and it'll keep bringing you back inside. And you'll keep laughing about it, because life can be really funny in that, when you're looking at things through that lens of letting go of the fear and following the light, following your own path, following your own emotional intelligence within. Yeah. Okay, so that's all I have for that week. I'll be right back. Okay, this reading covers April 26th through May 2nd. And I also wanted to say, because I'm noticing a repeat of cards, I forgot to say in the last reading that I shuffle the cards really, really well. So when we have repeats coming up, that just relates to the themes that are still in place for the month. So this week we have decisions. With the Two of Swords here, it's about exercising your free will, using your free will to its fullest extent, and making decisions. And I always have to say that making decisions in the best sense of the word comes from going within and deciding what you want for whatever specific reasons that you want it. There's never any judgment. There's never really any mistake of like making the wrong decision, because if it does prove to be like the wrong choice, you can always change. You can always learn from the experience, and it was just a stepping stone to getting to the right place for you at that particular time, and to try and take the blindfold off to the fact that to not make a decision and let life just kind of toss you around is also a decision. So to know that you have to exercise your free will. We all have to make choices. As adults, we need to get inside of what we really want and make the choices, and following what it is that we want to create. And then everything becomes a learning experience. So again, exercising your free will. And with the beginning of the week here, having the Ace of Pentacles, we're definitely talking about planting some new seed, some physical seed that will create something that can carry us through. So it's about making decisions about what you want, knowing that the universe is completely abundant and will just keep opening more and more doorways and opportunities to physically manifest, to bring into your life experience whatever it is that you want. That's especially reinforced here with the Magician, and check out the Ten of Pentacles towards the end of the week. That's fantastic. So back to the beginning of the week, it's knowing that you will have the opportunity to manifest what you want, and some actual real physical opportunities may present themselves to you because we're dealing with the Pentacles here. If it were the Ace of Swords, I would say it might be an idea. Ace of Wands might be a passion that comes through, like oh yeah, I'd love to do that or have that. With the Ace of Cups, of course, it would be a more of a heart-opening experience. But with Pentacles, it's about actually it's a gateway to abundance in the physical realm. So this could be a healthier body. It could be money. It could be resources. It could be joining forces with other people that want to create something. But it's definitely something tangible. Okay. And then knowing that, of course, you're in the free, clear space again to create from, the clarity and wisdom. The Queen of Swords is very wise. She's gone through a lot. She's been through the school of hard knocks, and she's come back to herself fully and can transform the pain of the past. Sometimes if it is a woman, these are women who have been through divorce, women who are widowed, but it can be a man as well. It's just the energy of nurturing. When you see Queen, just think of nurturing. So nurturing and receiving clear ideas with the swords, clear ideas to help you cut through the BS, cut through anything that doesn't serve you and your highest good, making decisions that come from your highest good, that come from knowing what it is that you want to create in your life in the future. And then towards, moving into the rest of the week, the energy for the week is the Magician. That is definitely the power to create anything that you put your mind to, anything that you decide, you drop it into the cosmic intelligence that's all around that will help you. And you can continue to decide what you want. But this is knowing that you have all the tools, all the resources, mind, the clear mind, the physical, the earth is ready to receive you. And all you have to do is drop it in. All you have to do is keep working with it. Notice the infinity symbol appear on his head. He knows that he or she knows, we know that there are unlimited possibilities to manifest on this earth. And maybe even it's about discovering something new and explaining it, communicating it out to others, because the magician energy and consciousness definitely communicates. The ones that do it well are good, salesmen. They don't salespeople. They don't mind repeating, things over and over to explain, what a certain product or a thing or an idea is all about. They're good teachers. But they very well, are good salespeople too. Now, on the dark side of that, you have to turn away from anything that triggers your BS meter, right? Something inside you kind of goes, that's then go the other direction and trust yourself when that comes up. Trust your intuition when that comes up, because that's not what you want to manifest in your life. So like if you were to read this in the negative sense, these are the con artists, these are the scam artists, these are the shysters, these are the used car salesmen that give you the lemon car. Thank goodness we have the lemon law nowadays, but back in the day, it wasn't that way. You drove it off the lot and that was it. So, worst case scenario, there could be some of that. So just to, keep your eyes open for that and decide to go in a different direction if need be. And to the degree that you can do all that, you're going to be in the realm of having just immense abundance. This is the Ten of Pentacles relates to, future generations. It's about having so much that you're set up for good. But it doesn't have to be, you don't have to think of it in terms of, all the generations ahead of you. But it may very well be, it's sometimes called the inheritance card. But I like to look at it on all the levels that are within the, the physical realm. You have the love of your family. And if you don't have a family, you don't have children, there are children on the planet that you can love, and you can love childlike, innocence and the qualities of the inner child that you have inside. We all have an inner child that's very, very creative, and you don't want to cut them off, because if you cut off that aspect of your consciousness within, you have no playfulness and joy and fun. We all have an inner child to nurture, and we all have, a loving, loyal energy within us as well, which the dog relates to here. And we have an adult. We are adults, right? I mean, I'm not reading for children here. I'm reading for adults. And we're all adults with the inner child who can manifest on the earth with our playfulness and our joy. And we can be loyal to ourselves and to each other. And that, if we have that, we've got it all. We've got it all, and it will continue to grow. And up here we have the image of the tree of life, and that's just, to me, the message that this is the way life works. This is the way life works. Okay, all right, well, with that, I bid you farewell for the rest of the month. I'll be back towards the end of April for the May readings. And I thank you, and want you to take good care, wish you well. And please subscribe so that and hit the little notification bell so you don't miss out when the new videos come in. And like the videos if you did like, but most of all, please subscribe. Okay, take really good care. Bye-bye.